Hello everyone, this is Fields of Blue with RO2.net with some news for you on the RO2 Heroes of Stalingrad. We've got new patch notes from January 10th, and we have some new what's going on with Tripwire Interactive for the 13th today. So let's just jump right into it. On the 10th, we have some very interesting new information about what's gone on into this patch. First off, modding is officially supported now with an official release of the SDK, so woohoo! Rejoice for all the modders. If you're out there and you are a modder and you want to make a mod for RO2, you can do that now, officially. There has been a beta available for a while, but now it has all full capabilities and functionality built into the SDK, and it is available to everyone. All you have to do is go into Steam, go to Tools, and download the SDK there. So, some of the general changes that were done in gameplay. First off, the settings for some menu bugs were fixed. VSync now requires a restart. Let's see, switching roles/teams while in a tank will now work correctly. I'm not familiar with that bug, but good, working correctly now. Melee hit detection improvements. You can now hit players who are in a different prone position than you. For instance, if you're crouched and you're trying to hit someone who's standing, initially it wasn't possible to actually hit them with a bayonet strike or a melee hit. But now it is very, very possible. If you know this bug, you know how exactly frustrating it can be. Somebody's laying on the ground, you try to bayonet them, and you just keep hitting them, but it's not actually registering. So thank you for fixing that tripwire. Big annoyance there. Let's see, the commander's order marker will now disappear properly when aimed at the sky instead of getting stuck at some location in the map. That's really useful because it means there's no longer going to be any misinformation about where markers are on the map. Instead, it will actually just disappear and not be used at all. It'll just disappear entirely, so also a very good improvement. Let's see, countdown maps will no longer show the improper amount of manpower when a new player joins during a match in progress. This is a really cool fix, actually, because a lot of times when you're in a countdown game and somebody joins and chooses their side and starts playing, the problem is that they're not actually alive, but the manpower account actually lists them as +1 player on whichever side they join. So if the Axis team only has 3 people left alive, but another person joins and goes Axis, then they're going to show 4 people alive when only they actually have 3. That's a really good improvement for competitive play, so that we have a better view of what's going on in the battlefield during the game. Of course, probably people wouldn't be joining in and out of competitive matches anyways, but still a good fix. So some performance and stability changes that were made. Crash fixes based on .dump files provided by players, so they've fixed a lot of crash problems that were reported by players. Fixed occasional freezing when spawning. Updated Punkbuster to address frame rate spike. That's excellent because Punkbuster has been causing a lot of issues with frame rate spikes in the past, but to see they fixed that is excellent. Also, I've seen that the screenshot functionality of Punkbuster is working very well now too, so if you're a server admin, I would say it's probably a good idea to turn that on because it apparently is making a lot of really good changes as far as how it's detecting hackers and cheaters. The overall performance has again been optimized. If you haven't had good performance in this game in the past, try it out again, and let's hope that some of your performance issues have been solved. So, into what is going on with Tripwire right now. First off, in what's going on in Tripwire right now, it looks like they're doing a lot of research and looking heavily into the issue with high ping and high player counts, which, if you're not familiar with this, kind of what happens with a lot of servers, if there's a large player count limit on these servers, such as 50 or 64 even, usually when the server reaches that maximum, something close to that number, the pings will spike up tremendously in the matter of over 100 ping spike. So they're looking into that right now, probably one of their biggest concerns, because that is a very highly complained about issue with the game right now. Next up, Yoshiro says they've been doing some discussion and internal work on changes to the game, including core game changes, UI updates, and enhancements, as well as the community reference to RO Classic mode, which sounds like they're going to rehash entirely the realism mode and give us something more relatable to the classic feeling of Red Orchestra Ostfront. So, this has been a #1 complaint on the forums for a long time, is that this second game, Red Orchestra 2, is not as realistic and doesn't have the same feeling as the classic game. So it sounds like the mods are starting to look into providing that functionality in some fashion, whether it be a toggleable thing for servers to provide it, or if it's going to be just a new game mode entirely. We will soon see as more information comes out. And the last bit of news, but certainly not the least, sounds like the developers have been playing around with some of the Rising Storm maps, of course, with the Pacific Front update, or a mod, which is coming from the Rising Storm team, and it sounds like things are going swimmingly with them, and I'm sure we're going to be hearing some new information from the Rising Storm team within the next couple of days on their progress. So that is that for your news today, the 13th of January, 2012. On a last note, RO2.net has their opening cup starting very soon, and we even have our tournament brackets set up, so if you'd like to go see the teams, who's playing who, and what's going to be going on for the round 1 of competition, head on over to RO2.net, and I will put a link down below for a direct link. So that's it, and take care.